Right, Mr. Brown, what's happening in the news?
Well, at the moment, we've got Trump demonstrators who are demonstrating against the fact that they're supposed to do the recount. I'm sorry, they're supposed to do the count up to see whether. No, obviously they're going to do the count up to see whether or not well that Joe Biden has won. Said, and they don't like the idea of they don't want to do the count up. So therefore, the Trump supporters have turned that in force to try and stop that from happening. But they've actually broke into these houses. They've actually broke into the house and actually trying to stop. Not only have they stopped what's going on, but we're now finding that people have acted in what I would consider to be, in a democratic country, in a free country, to be totally and utterly unlawful. I think that the way that these people have behaved, I'm hoping that the feds and the people and the National Guard and people who are there to keep law and order will behave. I mean, when you look at the way that Black Lives Matters, when Black Lives Matters did this, Donald Trump sent they sent the people out, sent the police out. They used tear gas. They were handcuffing people, attacking people, and yet when Trump sees all of this, he's done absolutely nothing about it. You know, the problem is he keeps going on about that the election was stolen. It wasn't stolen. It was an election. An American election was done fairly. Even the Secretary of State for Georgia and all the other states have said that this has absolutely been done properly. He's got no reason. But what he's done here, by getting these people to do exactly what they've done in an insurrection, that is unheard of in American history. It's unheard of because Americans, in reality, are people who believe in democracy. They believe as Americans that they live together in peace. They respect each other. They believe in standing up for each other. This is not the America that most Americans that I know would accept as being America. And I think that what I've seen here is not just historic, but the most shameful acts of insurrection and vandalism that I've ever seen. And I do hope that anybody who's shown on here to be doing that will be arrested and get the appropriate action taken against them.
So as you're saying, they broke in. Where was the guard at the time?
Well,
I seen a minute ago a guy sitting on a chair, like putting his leg up.
Yeah, that was in the. I think that was in the. I'm not sure where that was actually, but at the end of the day, I mean, even Donald Trump has just come out and said that he's asking for people to go home, but he's also reiterated those words that the election was stolen. That we know that it's gone to 60 courts in America and they've been thrown out. Donald Trump suffered no evidence whatsoever that any of this, that there was ever any fraud.
So if he's saying it's a fraud, it seems like he's only saying it to his own people. It was fraud, but what about the world?
Well, it seems, yeah, of course. When you look at it, where the Republicans won, that was a legitimate win, but where the Democrats won, Donald Trump says that there was fraud taking place.
But as you're saying, they've checked through lots of courts.
They've gone to 60 courts. 60 courts have thrown it out.
So obviously, I think he knows he's going to lose. So he's just creating some sort of.
Well, it's not. He's already lost. But the problem is that
that's why he's
offered no evidence whatsoever.
That's the thing. So how's he going to? To his supporters, in their mind, they think he has evidence or whatever he say they believe him. His supporters, but doesn't he think about overall what's the world leaders are going to think, or the world as they're watching, what they're going to think of his allegation about fraud without no evidence? The world need to see evidence, Trump.
Yeah, but the problem is he doesn't care whether there's evidence. I mean, we've got millions of people.
He doesn't care. So because he doesn't care, that's where he's losing. Because he can't provide bloody evidence.
He's got millions of
sensible people know
millions of
he's
Americans.
deluded.
There's millions of Americans who have died from COVID. We've got hundreds of thousands of people who have got COVID. Instead of concentrating on people who have died and people who've got COVID and how he's going to deal with this as a
50-50.
as a president, instead he's concentrated on trying to keep himself in power. He didn't give a damn about people, whether they died or lived. He didn't give a damn about COVID. He didn't believe it, whether one way or the other. He's persuaded.
All he was thinking about himself.
He's only thought about himself. He wants to stay in power. He doesn't like to lose. But at the end of the day, American democracy must be upheld. And and at the moment, you probably didn't see that from what because I was speaking about the end. But it's now 50-50. Both the Democrats have won in Georgia, which means that the vice president now will have the casting vote. That I'd like to finish this by just saying, I would like to thank Georgia from the bottom of my heart for sending a black reverend to the Senate and a Jewish man to the Senate. This is historic. America have done what I can only say was Georgia have done what I can only say is not just historic but wonderful. Send an Afro-American to the Senate and a Jewish man to the Senate. That is absolutely brilliant. And I think that America has struck a blow against right-wing elements that were trying to destabilize America. And in some ways, Trump, when he told people to vote to leave Europe over here, destabilised people over here with his right-wing rhetoric. And I think that what's happened here, Georgia struck a blow against those people and have said that togetherness, love, peace, dealing with the coronavirus, getting people to wear hands, space and face. In other words, keep 2 meters apart, wear your mask, wash your hands. Don't believe the people who say that COVID doesn't exist. It does, especially this variant, which is very dangerous. Look after yourselves, keep safe, and most importantly, I'm so happy that the 2 Democrats have won in Georgia. I'd like to thank Georgia again, but at the end of the day, I'm going back to what I've seen, the scenes that I've seen from the way that Trump supporters have behaved. Absolutely shocking, absolutely appalling, abhorrent, and absolutely disgraceful.
What, do you want to cut your hair?
Thank you.
Oh shit.